Guys, and welcome back to Savage Appetites. Full of energy today. But, Alex, today is a special episode.
It is a very special episode. It is not just Taz and I in the studio today. We are joined by a very special guest, our first ever guest, the one, the only, Reza from Ravenous Xerxes.
Welcome, Reza. Welcome, Reza. First
Salam,
time.
Salam.
This is fun, though. It's the first time we have a guest on our show.
Yeah, I'm excited. I wanted to bring in Reza because for people who don't know Reza, and we're going to take some time to get to know him shortly, but Reza is basically my mentor. He took me under his wing when I first started blogging 3.5 years ago. He's taught me everything I know about food, so it was only right to have him join us in the studio.
Papa Reza.
Uncle Reza.
It is, you are somewhat surrogate father to me. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment.
Wow.
I'll take it as it.
Reza, right. Just so to let our audience know just a bit who you are. So, Iranian father?
Yes.
Iranian father, Anglo-Indian mother.
Yes.
Born in India.
Made in India.
Made in India.
Yeah.
Made in India. Love that. So, growing up for you, where did you grow up?
All sorts of places. I grew up between Tehran, London, and Dubai.
Wow. Okay, so that means such a colourful blend of cultures just from your ancestry, from your mother, father, and the locations you live in. I guess, was food such a prevalent part of your life?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Food really kicked in when I started traveling for work.
Okay,
I used to travel all over the place, from the Far East to the U.S.
Yeah. But not food related. It
No.
was
Not at all. My food adventure, if you like, really started maybe 10 years ago. But
nice.
but business took me all over the place, and I love food. So
He does love food. He does love it.
I think that arguably loves food more than I do, and I didn't think that was possible.
but it was street food that really attracted me.
Yeah.
And I'm not a country boy. I'm an urban boy. I'm a city boy.
City boy.
So
City boys?
you eat on the street,
Yeah.
in each of the places you go to, and that was where the fun began.
So then how did it go from what you did in your day-to-day, and then you said like food became a bit more prevalent 10 years ago, to doing what you do now, which it's not a full-time career doing the food reviews, or is it going into that?
I was curious, how did you start? Because I knew you when you were running the Ravenous Xerxes page, and you was just like I thought it was like a little side hobby, but you've got a background, you all the way back to like Zomato days or something, weren't you?
Yeah. It all started when my business at the time imploded.
Oh, right, good start.
And I found I have a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
I love writing. I love food, and I just put two and two together.
Yeah.
And then, of course, somewhere along the line, my kids introduced me to Instagram. They were like,
Yeah.
Why are you not on Instagram?
Yeah.
That internet will never take off.
But before that, young Pallavi, she introduced me to Zomato.
Yeah.
Look, this incorporates everything. You want to go and review restaurants. You want to do this.
And Zomato, but Zomato back in the day was the kind of...
was totally different to what it is now.
Yeah.
It was like Yelp.
Yeah.
It was like a guide, a reference, but a reviewer-based guide.
Yeah.
So
From the
a restaurant would get ratings based on us.
Yeah.
We would rate it.
I remember, because like, I came here like 12, 13 years ago now, and Zomato was the place you'd go to check, okay, if this restaurant's any good, and you see the Zomato rating.
Yeah.
Well, so this was like before TripAdvisor.
Well, no, TripAdvisor
was there before.
It was just a more regional version of TripAdvisor.
I just felt like, I think it was just like, it was a bit more of a go-to place to just check. And you used to always, if you'd search for a restaurant, Zomato's listing would come up of that.
Right,
and it just became just I just thought it was like a UAE thing.
Yeah.
I don't know actually where Zomato comes up. I think it's India. It's a massive India app. And then that's why, and then I think, did Taliban buy Zomato?
Yeah.
There we go. That's
They buy everything and just take over the world.
Yeah.
But it worked two ways. So you'd, as a reviewer, you would review a restaurant, but you also get a rating as a reviewer.
So who would do that? It's just like the public review you or the restaurants?
No, so they had a system where it depended on the number of restaurants that you review in each area.
Yeah.
Okay, you become an expert in that area, and then again, it was a numbers game, really. Not quality that much, but the number of restaurants you got.
So it's a bit more credibility.
And then you had a top 10, and of course people would refer to the top 10, and they would use.
So there was like a top 10 list of the reviewers.
Of the top 10
Wasn't
reviewers.
it funny? You said the other day you bumped into one of your old competitors. on there.
Yeah.
And you never knew who he was.
Yeah, but how many years ago was it?
It was from maybe 10 years ago. And we had been competing with each other for the number one spot for years.
Yeah.
And we were like, it was like ping pong.
Yeah.
You know, literally I was number one this week, and then he would be number one, and then...
But did you know who you were, or was it just your alias?
Just your profile, just your alias.
Knew Xerxes. I knew him as NNJ, and
how did you?
And we met at this at the Crossing Mint Leaf of London collaboration.
Yeah. That was indie restaurant in was it down Business Bay, downtown area? Was it
H Hotel?
H Hotel.
Yeah, I've seen it. The Crossing is in
Is that still there?
The H, of course.
Yeah. Did you both introduce yourself as the number one
Zomato
blogger?
We were introduced as
I'm the number one Zomato. No, I'm the number one.
No.
That's fine, man.
Very, very cleverly, they sat us opposite each other, and then they
so they knew.
They knew.
I
love that. That was really cool. It was
going to kick off, or they're going to be nice.
Look, I have a lot of respect for the guy.
Yeah.
The amount of knowledge. This guy, I think he was born here. He grew up here.
And does he still do it?
Like Rod.
Yeah.
Rod and Pahlavi.
Does he still do it?
No. He had to grow. Like me, he had to grow up.
Oh, good. Well, then your name, your alias, then it was Ravenous Xerxes. Yeah. Xerxes being the Persian ruler.
Yeah.
How did that name come about then?
You know, so when I started, I wanted to remain anonymous. I didn't want anyone to know who I am.
Look how times have changed.
Yeah.
Good looking man, though.
So and the reason for that was I didn't want restaurants to know they're being reviewed. You know, I'd be able to go there, have a meal, pay for it, come out, and then it gives them a good or bad rating.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here?
No idea. No, it was about how your name came about.
So I wanted something Iranian.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to give it away that I am Iranian.
Yeah.
And Xerxes, no Iranians use the word Xerxes. I mean,
okay.
The Persian word for Xerxes is Hashayar.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
No, but
I mean they're both pretty hard.
It's a very Parsi name. So
okay.
I said, okay, this is perfect for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Persian,
so just a bit more anonymous.
Persian,
And they stuck.
Yeah.
I remember you were saying before that it's just a bit of a nightmare though because no one can actually spell it when they write it.
No, they can spell it. They can't pronounce it.
They
read it.
Ravenous
Ravenous
XY.
X guy, Ravenous X.
No, that's cool. Well, look, we have a welcome tradition on our show, even though you are the first guest. So we're starting.
You're saying a tradition that we will continue forward.
Where we have 10 quick fire questions just to get to know the host, the man behind the Instagram. So I'm going to run through these 10 questions, then you can give me answers. You can be quick if you want, but you can be...
By the way, the guest, you mean? You're the
guest, yeah.
I'm the host, yeah. Yes. Today, yeah. Just so you guys know. Right, so, sweet or savoury?
Savoury, for sure.
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Oh, one dish for the rest of your life.
Could be there. You have to.
No such thing. I mean, how can you have one dish for the rest of your life?
That's the.
Mine was ceviche.
Yours was ceviche.
Yeah,
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah. It's
balance.
Perfect. Have you ever had a bowl of ceviche? Like, imagine Penelope's. You can eat that every single day for the rest of your life. No?
I don't know. Let me come back to that.
Come back to it. A food influencer that you resonate the most with, or I would say your favourite from food influencer. Maybe that's probably giving a bit too much credibility, but what you enjoy their content the most.
Yeah, not me.
No, you can't.
I was just going to say you.
No, apart from me.
Apart from just for DXB, yeah, we'll go follow him.
An influencer,
Influencer or blogger that your favourite, that you respect the most.
But he's no longer with us, no?
Okay. I think I know who you're talking about. Mr. Bourdain?
Yeah.
Mr. Bourdain. The
really,
legend.
really
The legend. I don't know. Do you eat pizza? 'Cause this is an ideal pizza topping question. What would be your ideal pizza topping?
not pineapple. Not pineapple.
I like that. I like that.
I don't know.
Yeah?
Not definitely not pineapple.
Fair
Not
enough.
pineapple
Fair enough.
person.
You don't want to check my pizza order. Right. So, current favourite restaurant in Dubai? Current.
Maison Matisse.
Maison
Really?
Matisse?
Yes.
In Arabian Ranches?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I love that restaurant.
Why? Of all the places, how come?
It's home.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's home. The food's not particularly good.
Yeah.
Vince, sorry. But it's home. I don't know. You guys are young, but there was a sitcom, a U.S. sitcom called Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those places where everybody knows the
I
name.
do love Maison Matisse, to be fair.
It is amazing. One of the best places in the world.
Yeah.
It's my favorite restaurant. Not in Dubai, in the world.
Wow. Fair play, Maison
I just-
Matisse. Big shout
I
out.
just feel at home there.
How often are you there? Every week?
Oh, yeah.
Several times.
You walk in there and it's
Several
like,
times.
Mr. Rizal,
Several
everyone's
times.
giving him hugs.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
Several
Love it. Love it.
Listen, while we're on this, I'll bring up the date thing now. So at Maison,
Yeah.
just to give you an idea of how amazing a place it is. So I fast during Ramadan.
Yeah.
But I'm not one of these people who's like, oh my God, intolerant of people who don't fast.
Yeah.
And I have my little group of friends who, I go and hang out with, even though I'm fasting. They sit and they have their drinks, and
Yeah.
so we were all there for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, just gone.
And nobody so they know me. They know I fast. Nobody asked me if I want a drink or anything.
Yeah.
I sat down at the table, and everybody was having a drink. And at iftar time, without me asking, a little plate of dates was put in front of me. A glass of water
That's
was
so
my
good.
feet. It was amazing.
That's so nice.
And I broke my fast sitting with a bunch of
Well, I was just drinking Guinness. Constant
Yeah,
drinkers
exactly.
around you. No, I love that. I love that.
That shows how far Dubai has come.
I
though.
mean,
If you think
Vincent
of
was
that-
actually the head chef was at our table, and so 2 minutes later he brought me a bowl of soup, put it there.
Oh, I love
perfect.
that.
Yeah,
Respectful.
That's
Okay,
fun.
going from your favourite place on planet Earth to your favourite chef at the moment. Not necessarily all time, just favourite chef at the moment.
Impossible.
Yeah?
That's impossible. We're so blessed in Dubai. We have such amazing talent here. You have the fufu chefs.
Fufu chefs. Dark
you have Gregoire, you have Himanshu. I'm gonna put Orfali up there as well. Of course, they're amazing. You have, but my heroes are the women.
Yeah.
They have to be. It's so interesting. I was asked the other day, "What's your favorite Levantine restaurant?" Immediately, I was like, Beit Mariam's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had to include a couple. So I said, Sharif is there too. Freebies was there. But that's just in Dubai. In Abu Dhabi, you have, not quite Levantine, but Khaliji restaurant is Villa Mamas.
Yeah.
And then all of them are run by women.
Right.
All the chefs behind these restaurants are women.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, when you were saying it, or was just like you?
No, I was just, coincidentally.
I think traditionally, in those cultures, as I understand, it was the women that used to do the cooking for the family. So maybe that's where
But
the
not
talent
in
comes from.
restaurants. Not in restaurants. This is the interesting.
Ah.
This is the interesting. You go back 15, 20 years, and the culinary scene in Dubai was dominated by men.
Yeah.
This is incredible what's happening. Okay, and these are just 11 restaurants. How can you say this without mentioning Penelope?
Yeah.
Fusion. How can you say it without mentioning Shah of Leela's? You know?
Yeah.
And there's so many. I think if I have to choose, it will definitely be the.
No, I like it. I like that.
You know.
Yeah.
They're really
Going into your dream dinner guest could be alive, not with us today. Who would be your dream dinner guest if you had to sit down at a table right now? You could pick anyone in the world, past or present. Who would it be?
My mom.
Oh, beautiful answer. Beautiful answer.
Sure.
I feel really bad saying mine was Margot Robbie now. I've got a long way to come.
Love it. Oh, if me and Alex were to join you at your house for dinner, what would be one of the dishes you would make us?
I would make
You would make it.
Or would have made for us.
No, Reza to cook.
Yeah.
What would be your dish you would cook?
Well, I don't think you'd want me to cook.
Just sticking a glass of whiskey.
Because you come to my house, you'd get amazing Iranian food, but not if I'm cooking.
Okay,
not
fair
if I'm cooking. If you would allow me, I would probably serve you something meat, a meat dish, maybe a steak,
grilled,
or something.
okay.
Yeah, something on my.
How do you like steak?
That's how do I like it cooked?
Yeah,
medium rare.
Medium rare, of course.
I went over to Reza's house. This is like when I first got to know him. He's like, please come over. We'll have dinner with my family. And I've had a few, my family's from Cyprus. So we have big family meals. Yeah. I go over there and it's like, one of the dishes arrives. Like, oh, this looks incredible. Can't wait to look in. They're like, oh no, that's just the start.
Yeah,
and then it's
one of many.
Another one. Another one. It just keeps going and going. I was like, and then literally had this food. Obviously I tried a lot of kebabs around the Iranian restaurants that Reza took me to. But then these were stews and salads, and then obviously there was meat and kebabs, and I was completely
all from an Iranian perspective.
Oh yeah,
food.
So good, so good.
None of which I make.
Fair.
Yeah, that was a really good meal. Can't remember much of it after that, but
love it. Is there a restaurant in Dubai that you haven't visited yet, but you're eager to try?
Many.
Yeah?
Many. I mean, by the time this podcast is over, probably 3 restaurants. Go
on.
You say that though. I'm at this stage now where I've kind of tried every restaurant that I want to try. I've probably only got maybe 2 or 3 that are on my list that I feel like I need to. I haven't been to Eugene. Haven't been to Rare.
Which Rare?
I haven't been to either. And there was one more that recently opened.
Explain what Eugene and Rare is.
I don't know. Eugene, you were just raving about it. It was the one in Kempinski by Raka's group. What is it? Is it French bistro?
Yeah, it's a French. I wouldn't call it a bistro. It's more like a little a brasserie.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's an amazing little restaurant. It's one I go to very regularly. It's very close to my house. And I love it. It's fantastic.
What do you order when you go?
I love the bavette.
The bavette.
I just love the bavette.
What's a bavette?
It's a steak.
Oh, okay.
Love it. Steak. Yeah, it's perfectly done.
Yeah,
yeah, it's very well done. Yeah,
and
I've had it several times and very consistent.
Yeah.
Rez just opened in Dubai Hills.
No. It's I think in City Walk. I haven't been.
Oh, in City Walk. Yeah.
If it was Dubai Hills, I'd know.
This is Sahil's.
You went
Sahil's Rare, right?
I think so. Yeah.
The steakhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, because they used to have the food truck under the bridge, and now thankfully they've got a place with air conditioning in City Walk.
No,
still no air conditioning.
No. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. No, they're two different. They're 2 different Rares.
Oh,
all right. So, and this is a good point. So there is this amazing little food truck under a bridge in Sikim or Jumeirah, whatever. It is one of those places you must go to.
Yeah.
All right. I've been there 3 times. You met Brando, right?
Yeah, I've met Brando, yeah.
Brando worked on the menu with these boys.
Who's Brando?
71 Steak and Grill.
Legit.
And they have a amazing little Ugandan chef. And these African boys, I mean, they know how to cook meat.
Jeez.
The steak.
Yeah.
The steak they serve there, I have not had in anything but the really top end.
Just the quality meat with salt and pepper, no seasoning else.
Yeah. No. There's a very specific seasoning.
Okay, fine.
Coffee.
Interesting.
Excellent. There's some Colombian thing that Brando has introduced. It's excellent.
Wow.
But this is the food truck. This is steak out.
The burger. I should just boast about this. The burger is amazing, and you need to try the burger. I mean, you're the Burger King of Dubai.
You're going to twist my arm. He's doing it again.
So this Rare should not be confused with Sahil's Rare. All right.
So it's not the same.
You know, CPM that was on the Point, Chicago.
Yeah.
All right. They closed when the Point closed down.
Yeah.
CPM
We've
closed down,
about that.
and they reinvented themselves. They came back as Rare.
Right. Okay.
So I think the meat truck is Rare.eats, and this is Rare. Just
okay.
Rare.
So they're not affiliated by any. They're just
not at all.
That's a bit sneaky though.
What, stealing names?
Yeah, I know you needed to rebrand, but there's already a Rare, and it's both within the same
I mean,
the cuisine side.
I don't want to get involved here because I like both of these guys. Yeah,
I think the only way to do it, Gladiator style fights off. I've got money on Brando. He's a big old boy.
Rare versus rare.
Yeah, but don't ever discount Sahil and his.
Is he also a big old boy?
These boys got to cook me.
It'll be interesting because Rare City Walk is licensed, so you can go there, have a lovely steak, and have wine.
Oh, love it.
Sorry, Randy.
And they've just launched now.
Yeah.
Just launched. Great. Well, you heard of it. Go down there. Obviously, you have tried probably every type of restaurant what serves Iranian kebabs. What restaurant to you does the best Iranian kebabs? I know this is going to be a bit of a contentious question, but for our listeners, if they were to maybe I'll rephrase it. If you were to tell our listeners, okay, if you want to try authentic Iranian kebabs, please visit this restaurant. Even though there are many around in Dubai, and we'll speak about this, but if you had to just introduce someone to Iranian kebabs, where would you tell them?
I literally know what he's going to say.
I'm going to start.
He's going to switch it up. Switch it up, Reza.
I'm going to start.
You answer. I'll write down what I think you're going to say, and then we're going to go.
You start the other way around.
Okay,
good.
You go first, and I'll write down what I think you're going to say.
Write it down.
I will.
I'm going to go the other way around.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we've had a number. I don't think in the past 10, 15 years, we've had so many Iranian restaurants open as we have in the past 12 months.
Oh, okay. That's interesting to know.
And sadly to say,
okay,
they've all been crap.
Yeah.
I say crap?
You can say shit.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right, they've been crap.
Yeah.
Crap is not a good word. They've not met expectations.
Yeah.
Okay? Except for one.
Oh.
And it's a new restaurant that's open maybe 3 months now. It's called Iranian.
Oh, nice.
And it's one of the places I 100% recommend. It's got a very concise menu.
Yeah.
It's got two amazing. The owner is also a chef. He has several restaurants from London to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, okay.
And he's brought on board a mustache twirling chef from Mashhad.
Yeah.
A meat master. The guy who understands meat.
He
He does amazing braised lamb's neck and shank.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome.
I think I know where it's going.
His kebabs are very good too. Not all of them. Kuida is really good.
Kuida.
Chenje also very good. And he does something that Alex posted about recently.
Yep.
Called Luti Polo.
Luti Polo.
It is the new sensation in Dubai, and I recommend everybody goes and tries it.
Yeah.
Can you, I mean, if you haven't listened to the last episode, when we actually talk about Luti Polo, could you explain what Luti Polo is?
This is,
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry to do this to you.
So for everyone, it's something different. Okay, I'll tell you. The reason I hooked up with this the way I did was because it gives me goose pimples every time I talk about it. It reminds me of my childhood.
Wow.
So we would typically over the weekend in Iran, we would either go out or we would order in. And as Iranians usually do, we order way too much food. So the leftover food would be in a pot. And my dad, my late father, he would come and would break all the kebab up. Okay, it's mash up all the tomatoes. He add in a lot of sumac, and the egg yolk.
Yeah.
Yolks.
Okay. Yeah.
And he just to make it theatrical for us, he just take it and shake it up like this, you know.
Right. So you put it all in like a little bowl, and then just
that's basically luti polo, you know. Iranians call it different things. They call it qati polo. They call it luti polo. Qati means mixed up, like basically a hodgepodge of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
But then, if it's left over, do you then reheat it all again, or is it served with cold?
Yes,
okay, fine.
Yes. And this is the way we do it.
Yeah.
Amin of Iranian, he actually we did a supper club with the crossing.
Yeah.
All right. And there's going to be a part 2 for this, so pay attention. It's the story of the Parsis.
Okay.
All right. The Parsis that migrated from Iran to India.
Yeah.
And so, Amin, representing Iran, Jitin Joshi, representing India, we curated a menu which had Iranian, but specifically Zoroastrian.
Okay.
And Indian, specifically Parsi dishes on this menu.
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds
All right, and we did this over 3 days, and it was a great success. Okay, so this was at the crossing. Now the same after Ramadan will be done at Iranish. Okay.
Oh man.
And
yes.
Amin comes along with this luchi polo, and I'm like looking at him. I'm like, dude, this has nothing to do with Zoroastrians.
Yeah.
And he says, no, it doesn't. But it's so good.
Yeah. You didn't even know. He just brought it over.
So we called it something different. We called it some caravanserai, something like that. Just to make it sound, like it belongs there. But that's what it was. It was luchi polo. And after the supper club, I said, dude, you have to put this on your menu.
Yeah.
And he has it. I think it's become one of the most popular, thanks to you.
Yeah.
It's become one of the most popular dishes right now. So it's something everybody needs to go and try.
Yeah.
So Iranish is up there.
Yeah.
I will always recommend you go to Sofre.
Yeah.
Also, because Sofre is tiny, but it's
beautiful.
Gem. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Michelin, for God's sake.
He's telling you now.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
On the other end, you've got Khoury sitting on the border of Dubai and Sharjah and Mamzar.
Yeah.
Best kubide outside Iran.
Wow.
Best
That's a big
outside
call.
We're not taking you there yet.
No.
Hands down, Khoury, you have to go. Everyone.
I think
has to go.
you spoke about this.
It's insane.
And it's not just these guys just keep getting better. It's not just the kubide. They've got the excellent limouille. Is the one with the sour one. The sour one with the dried lime.
Yeah.
Dried lime. It's excellent.
Wow.
Their belia mahi is excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, this is their what's it called? Dizi. Oh my God, fantastic! And of course, their sangyak is super.
Yeah.
So Khoury is definitely one of the restaurants you should try. But if I have to choose one,
drum roll, please.
One.
Camera zoom in.
It's the best all rounder. It's consistent. Sadly, I was having a debate on my Emirati group, not mine, but an Emirati group I'm part of.
Right.
And my Emirati, a lot of the Emirati members were not in agreement with me, but it's Rivas.
Yeah.
Rivas. Where's Rivas?
At the mall, Jumeirah.
Yeah.
It's, in my mind, consistently the best Iranian restaurant. It's the food of the north of Iran. Their head chef is from the north. He's from a city called Rasht. Yeah. It's amazing. The food is superb.
Wow.
The food is superb.
Yeah.
I strongly recommend any one of these four that I've mentioned. And of course, I cannot end this without mentioning Ostadi. Please never discount Ostadi. Ostadi's been here from Ostadi's been here for the past 40 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of people associate, it's synonymous with Iranian food.
Yeah, of course.
But Ostadi and Khoury are very much food of the south of Iran.
Okay.
Where Sofre, Iranish, and Rivas, food of the north.
So that's quite interesting to know. So what do you say is probably the difference between the north of Iran in terms of the food to the southern part? What are the differences? What makes it a northern Iranian dish compared to a southern Iranian dish?
Really?
Yeah, we don't know.
How much time do you have?
You've got 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Just for our listeners to know.
It's
I know.
Difference is huge.
Yeah.
Although both have a lot of seafood.
Okay.
Because both have. I mean, you have the I was going to say. The Gulf. Let's be politically correct.
Yeah.
The Gulf.
Yeah.
And then you have the Caspian Sea. So both are big meat eaters.
Yeah.
Fish eaters.
Yeah.
Both love sour rather than sweet.
Yes.
Okay. But they use different ingredients to achieve the same. In the South, they'll use dried lime.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll use dried lime.
Yeah.
They'll use whey.
Yes.
Okay. That'll give it tartness. They use whey to tenderize as well. So your musty.
Yeah.
That's where it comes. Yeah. I mean, that's how it's made. In the North, they will use pomegranate molasses and lime. These are the two.
So
but they achieve the same.
A kebab like kebab torsh would be northern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's northern.
And then masti would be more southern.
In my mind, the best Rivas does the best.
Okay.
So you have a lot of forestry up in the north.
Yeah.
All right. So it's not just pomegranates, it's plums, it's apricots, it's
That
dried
leans
fruit.
itself to be a bit more sweeter then.
Get more
Because they
tart.
treat it.
You have sweet dishes as well, but mainly tart. It's
Yeah, more
tangy.
tartness.
Like if you have a kebab torch, it's with
Torch
molasses.
means sour.
Yeah,
Torch
it's
is
really sour kebab.
Okay.
But it's nice.
Nice.
I said depends on what type of kebab. Sofre, GJ boneless, Rivas, torch, and barg and curry for tikilamoni.
Look at that.
No Iranish, huh?
No Iranish, no, I didn't.
No,
even
Iranish.
start it. It's
Yeah,
now added- it's now
started
added
that.
to
That was
the
number
list.
one. That was number one.
That's a testament because those three have been the solid go-tos since the start. So Iranish, that's how good it is.
Listen, before you guys move on to any other topic, tomorrow is the Iranian New Year.
They mentioned, yeah.
It's the Persian New Year is celebrated not just in Iran, but throughout a regions in Central Asia, all the way to Afghanistan, Kurdistan. They all celebrate it, okay, and it's all celebrated the same way. Yeah. So they're very specific dishes that are eaten on the Iranian New Year.
Okay, yeah.
And almost all Iranian restaurants will be serving those.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I mean, today's the 19th, so tomorrow's the 20th.
20th. Usually it's the 21st because of it's the end of the winter equinox. Beginning of the spring equinox.
Oh, so
the correct New Year. Right.
Yeah.
New Year should be in the spring.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. After the dark,
not in the middle of winter. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
so
actually true. Yeah.
I strongly recommend you over the next 13 days. A lot of Iranian restaurants in Dubai, everywhere in the world, will have special dishes. Okay. I'm posting something this today and later in the afternoon. And
okay, great. So then people can go follow Ramadan Xerxes.
But by the time this is aired,
by the time this airs, it'll be next week. So it's only been 7 days. So there should be still another couple of weeks, a week or so of celebrations.
Are you going to put it in your post? What to order? What dishes to look out for?
I'm not going to make I'm just going to put like 3-4 must try dishes, and everybody's doing it.
Good.
Oh wow. Okay. Good. Well, look, you are just on the short conversation we had here today, understanding the master, from what I know, of Iranian cuisine, understanding Iranian cuisine. Not saying you're a chef. I think you have great knowledge of Iranian cuisine. I think that's hands down.
I am Iranian.
Exactly. So with that vast knowledge, and as you mentioned, growing up traveling around the world, are there any kind of areas in the world where you find the cuisine quite exciting, or the ones what you probably miss the most or crave the most from your journeys?
Absolutely. Look, I'm Iranian for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm a Dubai boy.
Yeah.
And
spoiled choice.
And Dubai, there's nothing like Dubai.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love what's going on here.
Yeah.
I think not enough credit is given to this explosion of this culinary explosion here.
Yeah.
But we have everything from down and dirty and data to the fufu on the palm.
Yeah.
You've got it all.
It's
amazing.
True.
But over the past, I travel a lot to the Far East.
Yeah.
And I do Tokyo maybe 3-4 times a year.
Yeah.
But it was Singapore.
Was it?
It was Singapore last year.
I don't think has
blew my mind.
It has that melting pot of cuisines like Dubai would.
Blew my mind. Yeah.
Do you think it's got the best street food scene, like potentially in the world? Because like everyone I speak to, they say like you go to the hawker markets, like the street food scene is just like
definitely one of the best.
Really,
definitely one.
We have to go.
They have such a fusion of influence.
I think August we're looking at going to Malaysia and then go from Malaysia to Singapore.
Yeah, you could actually drive.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking about doing.
I have a lot of influence from Indian food as well. I think because obviously it's like Dubai because it's kind of a new city.
Very similar. So you have the Chinese immigrants that went there.
Yeah, exactly.
The Indians as well, and from all over.
This is what my issue was with when we were talking about Michelin and 50 Best. It's like I love how in Singapore those places get recognised. Like you go to the hawker markets and you can have a little like Hainanese chicken place that has a Michelin star or something like that. And I'm like, you come to Dubai, there's a really good street food scene. But yet none of them are getting recognised on these lists. That was what my issue was.
Yeah.
Whilst I've been so excited about the fact that we now have Michelin here.
Yeah.
It's been marred by a little bit of disappointment with how restricted it is. For whatever reason, I don't want to get into that. But my hope is that it will eventually become like Singapore.
Yeah, okay.
I cannot think of a single place where you have such amazing representation as in Singapore. You go into any hawker center and just click on the Michelin guide and you're all over, you know. Yeah. This is listed. That's a bib. This is a noodle.
Yeah.
A soup noodle.
Yeah.
Michelin star restaurant. I actually went in a single day to 3, 2, 1 Michelin star restaurants.
Wow.
3 in one day.
Yeah.
And the third was one Michelin in a hawker center. This is how amazing it is. You know?
Do you think Dubai is going to get that way? Because like from an outside perspective, when we look at like New York or you look at like London, and Rick was over in Germany, he was in Frankfurt, Tokyo. They've got a huge street food scene. And like in terms of making the place a global food hub, I think you have to appeal to the masses, and the masses are going to be dining at casual street food dining spots. And you look at Singapore, they've pulled it off right. Like everyone knows the hawker markets for the quality of food there. And yet Dubai doesn't have a street food scene, in my opinion. Like I think you could probably say maybe Dera or Satwa, but it is obviously very Indian, Pakistani influence.
Yeah.
But I know, but I wouldn't say that that's representative of all the cuisines that are available in Dubai. I think it's probably just 2 that are highlighted.
Yeah, but I think it's...
like Iranian, you don't find many Iranian restaurants.
Street is part of Dubai.
Yeah, true.
Eventually, the tourism board is going to allow Michelin and the guides to go in and do things without
any kind of influence.
Yeah, any kind of influence. Okay, that's when it's gonna get real.
So do they at the moment? Is it just guided towards these are some pocket of?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that, but I have to assume that that's the case.
Fair.
Okay? Because look at the majority of the Michelin star restaurants are all in hotels.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's
and I'm not going to be. I don't think any of us should be very surprised if one Zabil suddenly pops up with 20 stars in the next 2 years. You know,
I mean, it's annoying because they give stars like imagine like a restaurant like Dinner by Heston. Obviously, well worth it. But like if people want to eat food by Heston Blumenthal, they could just go to London. Go to one of his old restaurants that's been there for years. Like,
that is just.
But why? Like, if you're going to put Dubai on a stage as a global food hub, why would you recognise restaurants that are available everywhere else in the world? You know,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, from chefs from around the world, why they're not? Why is there not a focus on people?
Yeah, exactly. Like give stars to local homegrown brands.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I think the homegrown restaurants should like in Singapore.
Yeah.
What I heard was the brief that was given to Michelin was, listen, we're not going to interfere, but we would like you to focus on the hawker centers.
Yeah.
Oh, so they've still got their influence as well. Because I just thought Michelin came to that conclusion on their own.
But they didn't. No, but the hawker centers is where the masses go and eat.
Yeah.
The real people eat.
Yeah.
Not the
food of the people, though.
Yeah. You know, so you have all your 2 and 3 Michelin star restaurants in Singapore. Of course you do. But you get them get them listed in the guide at least.
Yeah.
You know, why are restaurants like Ustadi? Why are restaurants like Ravi's, like, you know, all these icons that we have here, why are they not even listed?
Yeah.
You know,
especially under the bibs. Like, I feel like the bib, you can kind of give it to anyone that's worth recognition. They gave it to Bay Mariam last year. Like, prime example, if you're coming to Dubai, you want to go somewhere that you know you can hands down go and have a great meal.
Yeah.
Those, like, I think that's where the bib should go to, and it should go to the homegrown brands.
Dozens.
There's endless.
It's my issue with these lists. Is like you look at like best 50 restaurants, LPM and Zuma. We can go anywhere else in the world to have that food. Why?
Yeah.
You know, if we want.
But then does that then discredit that chef who's obviously put effort into that? Does it mean like, oh, well, I'm not allowed to get it because...
The thing is, I don't know. I see like a lot of these chefs, they've already been recognised for the restaurants that they've held in other parts of the world. Like if you recognise their Dubai branch, it probably doesn't even mean that much to them, I don't imagine.
Well, yeah.
I can't imagine like the chef of like Zuma or LPM, like, oh, you've been recognised in Dubai. They're like, oh, great, stick it on the cabinet, you know?
Yeah.
Stick on the shelf.
Don't say that.
No?
Did I Heston here, the star that it got, it means a lot to Tom Allen. I mean,
okay, good.
And you know, you have to give the boy credit. Look, he's
yeah, exactly.
You come in and you're working under the shadow of Hessen, London.
True.
You know, yet he's been able to, within the first year, he's been able to carve out a name for himself.
Oh,
you know,
exactly. That's what I mean. It's like
you have to.
These chefs are still like, that's like it's like winning the World Cup with Brazil. It's like, why is it like? I mean, Chile, they can do it, but it's just like Brazil have been known to win the World Cup all the time because there's such an infrastructure in the game. But I think it's just that point. What Reza saying is like, we can't discredit the chefs who are behind that, who can bring that level. I think it's almost a little bit more pressure because it's like you're kind of
you're absolutely right.
You can't expect it.
You know, Tom at Heston's. You've got Jose at Tasca. Dude, you know, it's not.
It's
easy.
hard. Yeah, exactly. It's not easy to do this. This game is hard. What are the? I don't know what the difference is. Though I think we tried to talk about this last time as well between a Michelin and 50's world's best in terms of the, like, you know, you get on the list of the 50 world's best, or, you know, there's restaurants get a Michelin. I don't know what the difference is.
We try to figure out the criteria.
What's the criteria?
I think someone actually messaged me trying to give like some insights, but
I don't know if you have any insight into like what's the difference between how they maybe judge an award, those things.
I'm definitely not the right person to ask.
Fair enough.
No, I had an anonymous tip off. What did they say? Oh, because we were talking about
I know, but the reason I'm saying is I'm very opinionated about this.
Yeah,
I don't want to get dragged into that again.
Fair enough. Again,
I'm very yes.
Again,
yeah.
I'm very much a Michelin person. I will always have the Michelin guide.
Okay, so you're Michelin over 50's best.
Everyone's different. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying 50 best is bad. I'm just saying.
So this guy was like all girl.
Yeah. Anonymous.
3 fills. Most people haven't been. Not sure how it gets on the list. Kanoya should be on the list. It's on
what list?
I think this is about 50 best.
50's the best.
Kanoya should be on the list. It's on there because
it is on the list.
Many of the judges know Nail well.
Yeah.
Yes to 11 Woodfire. Although consistency needs some work. Oceano. You will never know if Gregoire is there or not. I think that was my point. I said like the chefs have to be there.
What does that mean?
No, because I said when the chef isn't there, like my issue with Woodfire is like when you go there and Akmal's there, I always think that the food is much better, but I rarely see him at the restaurant anymore, and it kind of like removes from the experience. But
hold on, Gregoire is at Oceano most times.
Okay, yeah,
and his sous chef, Orlean, is amazing.
Yeah,
I mean he's. Gregoire in particular, he's done a very good job in training up his team, and he's appointed a sous chef, which is almost his equal. You know,
exactly.
I know this boy in a couple of years will be somewhere else, and he'll be earning his own stars.
How do you get into these circles of friendships with all these wonderful chefs? It's just like
going to their restaurants 10 times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this guy keeps supplying the electricity here. This is.
Just keep going to the restaurants, you know, and you write to the chefs and you get to know them, and that's it. It's as simple as that. You know, look, you know, people think that these Michelin star chefs are unapproachable. They're not. A lot of them are really wonderful people.
Yeah,
I mean, Gregoire being one of them.
Yeah.
You know? Orfali, same. Himanshu is the most humble person in the world. A lot of them. You just. When you're there, you ask to see the chef, you talk to him 2 minutes, you know, you guys exchange Instagram. Just
nice.
That's it. It's as simple as that. There's no secret to it.
Good to know.
That's what you got to do now, or we got to do now.
I've just got to start going to these restaurants.
We'll go treat ourselves.
Yeah.
On the Savage Appetites card. Okay, Mike.
I'll take that.
Well, look, Reza, we have a closing tradition here on the podcast called the Munchies Menu. So this is a fictitious restaurant that me and Alex have created in this fictitious world where anytime we have a guest, we're going to ask them, they can put one menu item on this mythical menu. It could be a starter, main, dessert, could be a drink, could be all 4 if you wish. And what we'd love to do is eventually over the seasons, we'll get this kind of wonderful menu of just all the guests, chefs, influencers, however you want to define yourself, of all the kind of wonderful dishes. It could be your dish that your grandmother made. It could be a dish you had overseas. It could be a dish you had here in Dubai. But what would you put on this mythical menu?
Lutipolo.
Lutipolo.
Yes.
It's one of those dishes that's really just
yeah.
Yeah.
My father's lutipolo.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And then what we can do is we can open a restaurant with everyone's favourite dish, and we know it's going to be super successful.
Yeah. Well, we know everyone will review it well because
exactly. It's everyone's favourite dish.
Exactly. Reza, look, it's been wonderful to have you on, and
Thank
you
you.
are a world of knowledge, especially in the Iranian cuisine. I'd highly recommend everyone to go follow your Instagram, Ravenous Xerxes, for unapologetic, no nonsense actual reviews. You're not paid to do any reviews. You give your honest opinion, which is why I respect you in terms of how you portray your kind of journalism on food culture. So,
to mirror that, I think that's what separates you from myself and a lot of other people in the industry. It's like,
especially this guy.
It's like you go, you pay for your own food, and you do not let anything influence your opinion of a place, and you will say if a place is bad. So if you do want honest reviews, unbiased as much as they can be, Ravenous Xerxes on Instagram.
Here there. Thanks, Ravi.
See you next episode, everyone.